All right, we got another bench press day here today. For those of you who don't know, it is my goal to be able to bench press 400 pounds, back squat 500, and deadlift 600. So today, we're working on bench press. It's been a minute since I've been able to really attack the strength training the way that I want because I did the open, and so I train a little bit differently when I start focusing a little more on conditioning and those open workouts and just scheduling when I'm gonna go do them with somebody else. It kind of disrupts the normal training flow that I have, which is totally fine because it was totally worth it. Open was a blast. So I haven't gotten to train bench exactly how I want to over the past couple weeks, so I'm kind of just kicking things back off, and I think we're gonna go for a heavy triple today. And my goal is to be somewhere in between 90 to 95% of my 3-rep max. So currently my best 3-rep max is 330 pounds. I think that's gonna be a tough one to match today, but sometimes when I haven't trained as heavy on bench press for a week or two, but I've still kind of touched incline. We obviously did a bunch of bar muscle ups, thrusters. I've been pressing through the open. So sometimes it just keeps me sharp and I'm kind of well recovered, so we're gonna see how we feel today. All right, so just finished the warm-up sets, and now I'm gonna do my first working set, which we're gonna start at 92% of my 3-rep max. All right, so the first set felt a little bit heavy, but the weight still moved pretty fast. So excited about that. I think I'm gonna bump up to right around 320. I'm trying to decide right now between 315 and 320 if I want to realistically think about 335 being an option today. I need to make a little bit of a bigger jump somewhere in here between my second and third set that just puts me a little bit closer to that. Look at you being a crazy man. A little bit closer to having a shot at doing a 5-pound PR. All right, first set was at 305. Second set today is gonna be at 315, which is right around 95% of that 330. All right, so that felt great. I'm absolutely gonna make a jump to 325 and then 335 from there for my last set, attempt a new 3-rep max. I 100% regret not going for 335 there. That was the easiest set that I did. It felt the best rather, even though the bar moved a little bit slower. So we're still gonna make the jump. We're gonna go for 335. All right, big win there. It wasn't perfect, and I'm gonna go over the things that I didn't like about that lift to start. One, I'm a little bit fast off of my chest. I'm not really giving that pause that I'd kind of like. Not for 2 seconds, but just a little bit of just a touch and go, almost like you're waiting for the command. My butt is in way better shape with staying in contact with the bench, so I like that a lot. The second rep got a little bit squirrely. I think I pushed out and away from my body initially when I drove out of the bottom, which kind of made it awkward bringing it back into the correct bar path and made that rep a little bit slower. Was able to make the correction for the third and it felt way better, right? It just goes to show you sometimes people think bench press is a super just meathead, raw strength movement, but there is a lot of technique that goes into it in terms of keeping the bar path where you want it, keeping your body tight, keeping your shoulders tight, keeping everything in line so that you can move heavy weight. And if you get out of line a little bit, it's gonna cost you, make that rep harder or potentially cause you to fail the rep. Next up, I've got 4 sets of drop sets. I'm gonna bring it down to 305 for at least 4 more sets of 3. We're gonna stay at between 305 and probably 310 here today, which is around 90% to 95% of the weight that I just lifted. All right, to finish up with my accessories today, I picked 3 movements that focus on the chest and the triceps. So one of my favorites, which is the arm squat or the weighted dip. So I'm gonna do that for a set of 8. And then we've got dumbbell flies, which I often have a little bit of pain up here in this part of my shoulder and my upper pec, kind of where the bicep tendon connects up here. And flies really kind of help me work that out. And it's kind of helped manage some of that pain. So I don't go super heavy. I don't go to failure on this one. I do something that's difficult, but I leave 1 to 3 reps in the tank. Last but not least is gonna be the banded tricep extension. I really like this one for just building up blood flow through my triceps and especially through my elbow. My elbows can oftentimes get pretty sore when you start working on a lot of different pressing exercises, and the banded tricep extension kind of really helps with that, manage some of that pain, and it also helps develop the tricep. That is it for today's training day video. Put any questions down in the comments below. I am working on that what I eat in a day video. I will get that one out as soon as possible, but until then, we'll see you guys next time.